DJ, Adrian.
What's good, Donald?
Yes, indeed. Man.
Nice,
It's always good having
simple
you
and
on,
cool
Adrian.
intro.
I know I'm a laugh if Adrian's. Oh man, I know I'm gonna laugh whenever you're on the stream. DJ, of course, I always laugh. I don't know. It's just something about when DJ laughs because like he rarely does it, but when he does it, it's funny. So, but yeah, it's gonna be us today, man, and I'm really excited today. Those who are watching, by the way, we are the Sci-Fi nerds, and I am one of the hosts. I am.
Right off
we
the
are
bat.
we are the Sci-Fi nerds. I am one of the hosts. I am Donald.
I'm DJ.
DJ, and we got our brother. He's a guest. He's been on here multiple times, plenty of times. We always love having you here, man. And we got to give it up to our boy Adrian, also known as Godzilla Train. Choo choo.
How y'all doing tonight, fellas?
Doing good.
Man, we're doing good, man. We thank you for being on with us, Adrian. So how your day been going so far, man?
Today's been stressful, but that's all right. I'm just gonna leave it in God's hands. I'm off of work now, so I'm good. I'm good.
Sounds good. We got Nick in the house. Hey fam, miss you guys. Hey, we miss you too, brother. We miss you too, man. We miss the gang. We miss you guys. So we're gonna hold it down tonight. Yeah. Oh man, so today we're reviewing the Tremors film. This is actually my first time seeing this movie.
Blasphemous.
Yeah,
I found out he hadn't seen it. I was like, dude, you call yourself a nerd and you haven't seen this? What the heck?
Yeah.
Get on the ball, man. Get on the ball.
This is my first time like watching this film, and I must say, man, I was really, really impressed. This film was awesome. And I will say this: they had the perfect cast and the right cast. Because a lot of movies, man, they'll fill up a movie with star power, and the characters are worth nothing. You really don't know them. You don't really know their life or backstory. But the difference with this film is first of all, the friendship between Valentine and Earl was awesome. That was super cool.
Perfect.
Yeah, I mean that it couldn't have got any better than that. But I will say the cast was perfect for this film. And this was an awesome film, and this is probably a movie that I can watch over and over again. Let's see what Nick had to say before we start. Movie was bomb. Shame Don hasn't seen. Yeah, it's a
shame. I know, Nick. I got him last week. I was like, what?
What's up,
Everett? What's going on, brother?
Yes, sir. Everett's cool. I try to catch his streams, but it's like every time he streams, I'm at work.
I barely been sneaking on my lunch break to catch Everett streams. If I get a second, like, oh, okay, let me hop in real quick.
Yeah, his streams are really, really awesome. His streams are really, really awesome. So keep doing your thing, Everett. Keep doing your thing. Because he does a lot. He'll go from YouTube to Facebook, and then he'll go from Facebook, I think, to Instagram. So he's doing a really, really good job, man. So great work ethic. Adrian, so since you're the guest, man, I'm gonna go with you first. I kind of really just want this to be an open discussion about the film. I mean, it doesn't have to be any specific questions, but I know that you had a chance to go back and rewatch it, and your mind is still fresh from it. So is there anything different you pulled from the first time you viewed the film to the next couple times that you viewed the film?
Honestly, not really. For some reason, Tremors is one of those movies where everything just kind of gets ingrained in you the first time you watch it. Now, there has been a few differences between first seeing it on the Sci-Fi network and having it on DVD. There are a few things that they did cut out, but besides that, that's to me. Every time I watch the movie, everything that happens in the movie is all fresh to me. So I was like, okay, nothing new come up, nothing new. I didn't miss anything. I mean, I'm not looking for anything new, but I'm always expecting like, okay, maybe something will come out different this time. But everything still comes out quite the same, actually. So I really like that.
Cool.
Tremors stays consistent.
I can't ask myself that question because it's my first time seeing it. So Alex Allen, what's up, man?
What's up,
How you
Alex?
doing, brother? Alex always stops by, man. He's a good brother, good brother. What about you, DJ? Were there any changes that you saw this actual go around viewing the film versus any other times you have viewed the Tremors film?
No, it's definitely been several years since I last watched it, so um, my memory was a little fuzzy on some of the parts. Like
Mhm.
I didn't remember how many times Valentine and Earl went back and forth trying to get out of the valley by themselves before they finally started working with the rest of the people and trying to figure out how to get by anymore. Um, so and then, but yeah, um, like Adrian was saying, like at, at the time that it came out, it was such a unique take on the monster movie. You
Mhm.
know, because it was kind of in line of like the Evil Dead movies where it was a comedy horror. You
Mhm.
know, it wasn't just pure horror where you're afraid all the time like a Jason or Freddy or something like that. It was
Right.
that lighthearted. They were joking around with each other, pulling pranks on each other, while at the same time trying to figure out how to survive. Um,
Yep.
so and there just wasn't many movies like that. It was always one or the other type of thing. So the
Right.
fact that they did a really good job and they had, like you said, a good cast that really fit the roles that they played very well and were believable as those characters, makes it stay with you over the years. So
That's good. That's good. That's good. Facebook user, who are you? No Godzilla anymore. Of course. Of course. We're always gonna rep the king of the monsters. But we're a lot broader now.
Nick.
So can Nick says, can you fly? Okay, so yeah. And me and DJ were talking before the stream, man, and this was like a perfect balance. Earl and Valentine, they sold their friendship on the screen because that's what got me into the film. Like it wasn't the actual monsters, it was Valentine and Earl because they're out in the middle of nowhere, and really that's how they're making their living. Like Earl really wants a better living, but Valentine, he's kind of like, man, look, this is what we do. Like let's just continue to do it, and it was really really cool. Like you and piggyback off what you said, DJ. That friendship was cool. Even doing the rock paper scissors, especially when he had to get the small gun, and then he
yeah,
was able to get the bigger gun. Or
That
when
was hilarious.
Earl tripped in that hole and he started screaming.
Goddamn Perry dog hoes.
oh
Oh,
man,
Man, that was awesome. And what really made this film even more intense was this movie did have me on the edge of my seat because I was wondering, for one, how this film would end, and two, it was so intense because I didn't know what was going to happen. These things move so fast underground. Like I'm sorry, who was the guy that died? he died. He died on the electric pole because he
yeah,
didn't
he
want to
wasn't
get
having
down.
it.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That was the
Like,
town drunk.
Yep.
So they
oh
they thought he
man.
was just sleeping up there.
Oh man. So Adrian, I'm gonna bring it back to you, man. Talk to me. Go in depth with this film with us about some of the most intriguing things that you pulled from this film and some of the things you enjoyed from this film. And me and DJ will piggyback off of you and we'll just go from there.
Well, like you mentioned a moment ago, Donald, Earl and Val's friendship was a dream to be had. Like watching the friendship on screen, like that's how it is with your boys, especially in dire situations like that. You're still trying to find a way to screw around in anyways, and it just came off the screen so perfectly, so genuine, and the uniqueness of the graboids was ball none the first time I saw it. And like you said, they move super fast on the ground. So it's like, oh God, what is going on? Especially the first viewing of it, you're really confused on what's this dragging cars and people underground like that. And then
Yeah.
when we first saw on the back of the truck, they was like, oh, this thing's strong enough to pull this truck. And then the graboid actually comes out And you're like, oh my god. So I definitely like how they brought the Grand Boy into the movie and how they introduced that. That was a really good build up for that. And
Yeah.
those two things are what really sticks out to me about the movie.
And yeah, I definitely agree with you. You and DJ speak on it. Like even the friendship thing between Earl and Valentine. I think what was crazy was those two. When I watched the film, I knew they were gonna be all right. I knew they were going to make it. Everybody else, I wasn't sure about. I was like, I don't know, but just because of their bond, because of their relationship, I knew that they would do anything and everything to save each other. And I mean, like I said, their bond really, really did it for me. Cracking jokes on each other, calling each other names, and we're talking about you're in the middle of nowhere, bro. It's hot. You know, you don't really have many stores out there. You don't have many gas stations out there, and you're running from these big monsters. So I knew they would be all right. But everybody else, I was like, look, man, that's on them. And then the old guy, I can't remember his name, but him and his wife, they end up dying because he went to investigate what he had heard. I'm like, let's go.
On that goofy stuff. Like, can you like get in the truck? Like your wife said, man, what are you doing?
Like, come on, you're still trying to go. And once he got pulled in, she should have just left right then. Like, I'm sorry, look, I love you, but I'm not strong enough to help you right now. I got to help myself. And what was crazy was when she got in the car, I thought she was going to be safe. They're going to another scene. I'm like, okay, she made it. All of a sudden, you just see the car start tilting. And I'm like, what in the world? And then she tried to cut the lights on. She tried to blow the horn. None of that was working. And all of a sudden, she just went straight under. And I was like, wow. I was like, all right, well, that's a bad way to die. Your car
that was a horrible way to die.
Like, that was bad. Go ahead, DJ.
Her face when she realized that the keys were with her husband still.
Oh!
Yeah. Ooh, that hurt my heart.
Yeah.
That was a terrible way to go. And I'm like, man, I just want to go peacefully. I don't want to experience that. None of that. Anything that caught your eye in this film, DJ? Going back watching it.
Yeah, one of the things was how long that guy was screaming when he got pulled through the tire and dragged down the ground. Like,
oh my goodness!
And then, of course, they had their little Jaws moment where Walter, I think it was Walter, the shopkeeper.
Yeah.
He gets gobbled up, and he's like, they're still reaching out of the monster's mouth and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
he had to go like that. That was dirty. They did him dirty.
Yeah, no. Who was the what is it? He was the kind of short guy. He was the elderly guy. I don't know if he was like Asian. I don't know if he was Asian, Japanese, or anything. He was the one that, like, when Dylan was making that noise, he was like, Dylan, shut.
He was Mexican.
Yeah, I liked his character a lot. He was really, really awesome. Dylan,
I'm forgetting his name too.
Yeah,
I'm shut up and get on your roof.
He was like, shut.
Get on your damn roof.
Oh man.
So, like I was telling Don earlier, like the one disappointment that I had was like I forgot that the boy survived.
Yeah, he was a little douchebag. My son didn't like him either.
Yeah.
I was like, man, why couldn't he?
Every time I turned my head, my son was like, "Is he gonna die?" I was like,
"Yeah,
you gotta watch, son."
I thought he was a goner when he was the only one. Like, everybody took off and ran in the store, but him. I thought for sure that was gonna be when he died, and when he ran in that little shed thing, and he closed the door. I'm like, oh, he's gone. And I mean, I wasn't gonna care anyway because he was playing around, and or like when he threw that ball at Earl, and Earl crazy like, ah. So that was really, really awesome. We did have some cool characters in this film. So Adrian, I want to come to you real quick. We got Debbie in the building. Debbie, what's up, girl?
Hello.
So what were some of your favorite characters in this film and some of their favorite moments? Could you share that with us in the Tremors film?
Well, I mean, of course, or Oron Val was some of my favorite characters, but he wasn't too prevalent in this movie. But since I've seen some of the other movies, I have to say Bert too, because Bert wasn't playing no games when that grab boy
Yeah.
tried to come underneath his house, and he's like,
Yeah.
him and his wife was like, nope, nope, get the shorties, just blasted that grab board away. That was awesome. You know, he almost got
Oh, man.
snatched up too, but again another ride and die wife. So I'm mad at her. She did her job. She
Yeah.
protected her husband, and he got that grab boy out of there. And that's probably one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie too. And my son was freaking out when he saw that as well. He's like, are they gonna die? Nope. He saw them watch that grab boy get shot up.
Yeah. So this was the thing that was one of my favorite scenes too. I was actually talking to DJ about that. I mean, they were almost in. I don't know if you guys ever played Left 4 Dead or seen that game before, but they almost was in like one of those little shops like that. That's who Valentine reminded me. He reminded me of Ellis. But when Heather and Bert was in there, I was like, oh no, because he was like, y'all need to get on the roof now, and they were looking out the window, and here it comes.
You don't see nothing.
Like,
oh my god!
And
then
when they
dropped the radio,
in,
like, damn.
And I was watching closely because when it first happened, when they were having the shootout and they heard the guns and they panned to Earl and Valentine. Valentine looked back and he started smirking a little bit like, oh, they fine. He hear the guns.
Yeah.
But man, they started getting low and they pulled through. I thought for sure they were gone. That's one of my but it is one of my favorite scenes because they were blasting that monster like pow, pow. And then they were like, hey, we killed them. Yeah, and everybody was celebrating. But what scared me even more, there was like, it's two more out there.
Yeah.
I was like,
what? Two more mother humpers. Yeah.
So it was two more out there, and this movie, it keeps you on the edge of your seat because it was intense all the way around. For one, nobody wants to jump on the ground and try to get to their vehicle because that's very dangerous. And then for two, we're talking about three gigantic monsters that is out there, and these monsters were getting smarter. It's not like they were getting dumber; they were getting smarter. So when they start feeling for like the houses and the building, I was like, here we go. and here we got Nicholas and Monster Report. No, there's an old group of bad boys. Yes, sir. He's awesome, man. The Monster Report is really, really awesome.
It is.
But this movie was it was so intense. It was another scene that I liked in this movie when they asked who's good on horses, and then Valentine and Earl look back.
Right.
I'm like,
are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah, that was awesome until those horses start cutting up. When the horses.
They wasn't playing that mess.
Yeah, the horses were like, something ain't right. We gotta get up out of here.
And that poor horse, he didn't deserve to die like that. That was terrible too.
Oh man. DJ, what about some of your favorite characters in this movie? What were some of your favorite characters from this movie and why?
Well, like both of you said, obviously Earl and Valentine, for the same reasons. They just came across genuine, and likable and stuff, you know. And then, man, now I forgot Heather and what am I trying to find out?
And Bert.
Yeah, Bert. My brain, I swear. You know, I really liked them. Liked how when they got up on the roof, they, you know, when they were starting to talk about, hey, let's, you know, use the cat and let's get out of here and stuff like that. They were just cutting up stuff that, you know, pipes and everything that they had on the roof and making pipe bombs and stuff. And,
Oh, that was awesome. Yeah.
That was awesome.
You know, and quickly made a whole bunch.
He said, if we're going to go prepared.
But yeah, like that was another thing that I had forgotten about. Like I knew that they had gotten on some kind of vehicle, you know, a big, you know, thing to get out of there, but I couldn't remember what it was exactly. For some reason, I was thinking it was like some big earth mover, you know.
Oh, okay.
Because I remembered there being a bed, but I couldn't remember why. And so, so when they showed that and everything, it was like, oh yeah, that's right. Um, so, and then I like the scientist girl. I thought she did pretty good.
I don't.
What was
Your
that,
mama
Rhonda?
blank on her name. Yeah,
Was it
Rhonda.
Rhonda? Rhonda.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
Rhonda.
So I thought she was a good foil for Earl and Valentine, like because she spent the most time with them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And came across pretty genuine, nice, sweet, innocent kind of thing. Like not really paying attention because her mind's on the science.
Mm-hmm.
And not paying attention to how she's got the sunscreen on her nose and everything until after it's too late.
That
Yeah,
poor
she was
girl.
And the fact that she quickly learned that she could actually trust those guys, and
Right.
when Val told her, undo your pants when she got wrapped up in barbed wire,
Oh
like
yeah, that's
she
right.
didn't stop and question them, or like you might see in some modern movies or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
what are you
Right.
trying to do? It was like, yeah,
Mhm.
that makes sense. Let's do it.
Like, and she went and put some new bridges on. It was that simple,
Yeah.
She's Thomas, what's up, man? What's up, guys? I
Hey.
get to watch this movie and the sequels.
Yeah, I've gone on Thomas about this too. He knows.
I gotta-
good. I ain't the only one then, so that's
No,
good.
you're not the only one.
Yeah, I got to get caught up on the other sequels. I've only seen one or two of them,
But that when you go back to that barbed wire, the barbed wire scene where Rhonda she trips and falls, that was a really, really intense scene as well. Because at this point, I don't even know how. First of all, I got mad because she was running and she fell. Okay, but what made me madder? But look, hear me out though. Hear me out. What made me even madder was Lily did the same exact thing. I'm like, are you kidding me? In clutch situations, y'all are terrible. Falling, and when she fell, I was like, man, I don't know how she's gonna get out of this. And I could see Valentine rushing over, really, really helping her. And I could tell he was kind of, getting into her because he wasn't used to, talking or dating women like that. Because Earl had brought it up, brought up to the women that he were dating really wasn't worth anything.
Bimbos.
But maybe, yeah. Right.
like just the way that he was describing, like he's like, yeah, she's gonna be this, and he's like, dude, seriously?
Man. I wouldn't give you a gun if it was World War III.
That was a good line. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Burt was funny. He was funny in this movie. And what reminded me about Rhonda is when she had the idea to take the pole and go from rock to rock. But it was funny because when Burt tried to do it, Burt tried to do it,
Earl.
He fell. Earl fell backwards. Thank you, DJ.
That was
Earl
funny.
fell backwards. I was like, man, what in the world? And oh man, and it was like, look, as soon as we get on this truck, Valentine, like, look, it's not gonna give us a lot of time. As soon as they land on the truck, boom. I was like, she's taking off her book bag and she's literally having to drive the car through the window. I'm like, man, so this movie really kept me on the edge of my seat, and I was really hoping like Dylan got beat up or something because he was such a jerk. And when and then when he was actually in trouble, they really didn't believe him. They were like, "Well, let me go look for him and see what's going on." But he was up there like that man was
kick his ass.
When Bert gave him that gun when they had to run towards the end, he was like, and Dylan was like, "Are you kidding me?" And he gave him that gun, and he come to find out when no bullets in it.
Hey, this gun had no bullets. Got you out the cut, didn't it?
Oh man, yeah, he did say that. He said he got him running, got him moving,
got you moving.
Man, that and like I said, but this was my first time watching it, and it was a great experience, man. And I'm gonna go back and watch it again. I'm gonna go back and visit it because it was really good. I mean, this movie literally kept me on the edge of my seat, man. Like I was like,
such a fun movie.
Yeah,
I love it.
I was like, what's gonna happen next? And I think one of the things too is when I look back at this film, And I really don't like comparing films because it's different times, different
Mhm.
eras. But this film did have the perfect balance of life and death, but at the same time, humor. The humor was placed in at the right
Mhm.
time. And I'm telling you, man, I got into this movie because of the friendship, Valentine and Earl. Man, it was really really special bond because it just felt like two brothers. They always together. They're always working together. They always calling each other out of their names, and they don't care, and they're just going about their business. And even when, like you guys said, even when the situation was serious, they still made light of it. And that's like something I would do because I don't take anything serious. Like I don't know why, but I just don't. And I should. I should, but just certain things I don't take serious. But the humor there, it was perfect. Go
Now,
ahead,
I've got
DJ.
a question for you guys.
Okay.
So, um, each uh, each of the Tremor died in a different way. So, did you have a favorite of their deaths?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
You want to go ahead? Go ahead, Adrian.
When the last one, at the very last one,
Yeah.
threw that bomb right behind him and got him jetting across, jumped up the way at the last second, saw him bust out that mountain. Can you fly, you asshole? Can you fly? And just
So
what?
I gotta agree with Adrian. I have to agree with Adrian on this one. It was definitely the last one because even the build up to it, when they're walking, Valentine and Earl, and they kind of just like don't move, which was really cool. I thought that was cool that the Tremors they can't sense you if you're not moving, but when you're moving, they sense the vibrations, and I really thought that was cool.
Mhm.
And when the little baby Tremor, whatever his tentacle came up, and Valentine was having to literally step over the Tremor
Mhm.
without even hitting it, without even knowing it was there. And then all of a sudden, he's like, I'm going for it. So I'm thinking, my slow tail thinking, he finna just take this thing and just launch it. Because I'm like, throw it, throw it. Everybody's pushing him to throw it. He said, I'm going for it. And he just took off. I said, uh-oh. And I don't know what's happened. I just know that this Tremor is moving fast. So whatever his plan is, he better be good with it. And man, he got towards the end of that thing and he threw the bomb. I didn't know the purpose of him throwing the bomb, but he threw the bomb. And then when he threw it, boom! And then he just jumped out the way and it just said,
Yeah.
I mean, just right off the cliff. Can you fly, sucker?
I gotta double check Nick because I remember in the sci-fi version of it, it was Sucker, but I need to double check the DVD and see if it's still Sucker in there or not. I gotta double check. Oh, remember?
Also, you have the DVD version.
Oh, definitely.
So
I
what
need to
was
get
some of
on
the
Blu-ray. I'm really slacking.
what, what was some of the differences from the DVD than like the actual movie that you see on the sci-fi?
I can't. I haven't seen the sci-fi version in so long, so I can't really remember. I
Okay.
really just have the DVD stuck in my brain now. But I know there was like the small little things that they kept out of it, like when Val stitching up Rondo's leg and things, small things like that, like small little scenes.
Let's see. We got Nick interacting with us tonight. He said that one blown away by the elephant gun in the rec room was pretty. Oh, yeah, that
Yeah,
was
that's
awesome.
number
Because he
two.
said he came in. He said, Bert said you picked the wrong rec room to come in today. Man, that
Uh,
that was a really really intense scene because they were like, get on the roof, and he just look out the window. He's like, I don't see anything, and then boom. And I'm like, man, I hope they kill this thing before they run out of ammo because they're steady grabbing guns. So these Tremors are really, really strong. And not only are they strong, but they were getting smarter. And it was
yeah.
so hideous, man. It was so hideous. But I was very, very pleased with this film. Like I don't know how I missed this. I don't know why I missed this. But my auntie, she saw this and she told me I watched it, but I don't remember it. But my auntie, she's like, I mean, she watched all the movies. She knows every last movie that we talk about. And but she won't get on here. She'll get on here and just say absolutely nothing.
Oh my
But
god.
my auntie, man, oh man, she'll say my mom, I know my mom seen this movie. I'm for sure. Adrian, if you could be one character, wait a minute. Nick says something. Run out of ammo. Never with Burt.
Actually, Nick, and whenever you do watch it, Donald, Tremors
Okay.
2.
Tremors 2.
Tremors
Okay.
2, Burt runs out of ammo. It sounds like blasphemous, but watch Tremors 2, you'll understand.
Tremors 2. Okay. Tremors 2. I'll check it out because Tremors 1 was great. So I'll have time. I'm off tomorrow actually, so
There you
I
go.
got a lot of things I'm gonna work on. So that'll be perfect. Adrian, if you could be one character in this film, who would you be and why?
I'm honestly, I'm gonna take a cop out and be Burt. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I need that rec room. I ain't about to get left out in the desert.
No, that's not a cop out, man.
weapons.
That's a pretty good answer. That's a pretty good answer. I like that. But yeah, man. When they was arguing, when they got into the argument on the rock, he was like, "Man, we could have had food, water, and gas."
So left your ass on that roof.
I love Tremors 2. He had one bullet left and even captured one. Yeah, that was cool. Burt, man, that scene was really, really awesome. What about you, DJ? If you could be one character in this film, who would you be?
My first instinct is like Adrian's, going with Burt. Have that kind of a sweet rec room and everything. But also kind of lean towards Valentine because it's Kevin Bacon. So if I can look like him, I'd probably be a little bit little easier on the street with the easy street with the ladies.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, he was awesome in this film. I'll probably go with Earl. I really like Earl. Like him and Valentine actually brought a lot of humor, but Earl was cool, man. He just didn't give a crap, and it's just one of those movies, man, where you just knew they were gonna be okay. I mean, like I said before, their bond, man, it was awesome, really, really awesome, and he has some great moments in this film. And I mean, even the teamwork when they had the whole Valentine's legs for him to get the phone to be able to even communicate. I mean, I don't know. I thought it was awesome, man. This movie was spectacular, man. I got to give it 2 thumbs up. I really enjoyed it. So, a new movie to add to the monster collection. So, I mean, it was great. I had no complaints about it. But Burt was awesome. Like, go ahead, DJ.
I was just going to say the effects that they did with the actual houses and stuff, like how they actually made the buildings able to be lifted and dropped and stuff and make it look like the monsters were really, doing that. Because that was pre-CGI.
Mm-hmm.
So that was all practical. So
wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow, man, now that's awesome. Now that is awesome because it really did, especially when the was it the store they was in that did this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was on the roof. Yeah, I was like, man, so everybody's in trouble. Even the guy with the jackhammer, that was a terrible way. Like, man,
poor guy.
And when he snatched it, I was like, what's about to happen now? And all of a sudden, he just dragged him. And especially when they slaughtered all those sheeps. Oh man, that was crazy when they walked into that.
Yeah, Nick's absolutely right. That's what's the name of Jurassic Park? Oh my god!
Wow! Oh, he's talking about Lily. Oh, Lily, the little girl on the park. That was a funny.
What's her name? Oh my god, I forgot her name.
That part was funny, but it wasn't funny.
Yeah.
when everybody was quiet and she was bouncing on that stick, I said, "Oh man!"
And then it just stood straight up when they took her off of it.
And he just tackled her. Boom. And they were talking to her like she could hear him, but she had her headphones on, so she just steady doing her normal routine. She doesn't think anything of it, but everybody else already knows what's about to happen. And man, when that tremor started coming, everybody got on the roof. I forgot about the guy in the trailer park. Well, you did mention him, DJ. He's the one that's a bad way. They just pull right through the tire. Like
that
was
had to be
terrible.
painful. That had to hurt too.
Like, oh man, getting pulled into the gravel like that. Not only is you getting buried by gravel, but you also getting man, you're also getting ate. So that was not a
sucked through a tire. Like, God.
Like one of the workout tires.
All I can think of is his bones is instantly just compressed and changed. Oh my God. I don't think about it. Ooh, my goodness.
Yeah,
my back hurts.
So Adrian, how did you come across this? How did you come across the Tremors film?
A monster marathon on Sci-Fi Monday. I don't know how long it's been since I first watched it. God, I really don't remember. It's been a long. I've seen this movie at least more than 10 years ago. I've seen this movie.
Oh, wow,
really? I think even before high school. I think. God, I'm getting old. Anyways, yeah, I think I saw this like around 14, 15 years old. That was the first time I watched it, and I think I was waiting for a Godzilla marathon to come on, and then it just happened to come on either Sci-Fi or AMC, one of those, and I was like, huh. And I caught it like in the middle of the movie, and I was like, oh, that was a pretty dope movie. I wonder how this movie starts out. And I finally found it on Sci-Fi and watched it all the way through one day.
Yeah, this movie was pretty nice. I mean, I found out by y'all, so ain't no sense in me answering it. I do appreciate you, my brothers. Well, what about you, DJ? How did you come across the Tremors film?
I saw it when it came out on home video.
Wow.
I think we rented it or before we bought it or something like that. So, yeah. Old VHS.
I remember seeing it in Blockbuster or Hollywood, but my parents never rented it. They was like, "You ain't gonna like that." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, they were hating, man. Yeah, those were like a good. Wait a minute, Donald. I did a trailer remake of this. You need to read. Okay, I will. Yes, sir. I will get on that, Nick. Yeah, because I'm going to check that out. Like I said, I'm off tomorrow, so I'll have a lot of things to do, man. But I'll definitely react to his trailer remakes. Is awesome. Trailer remakes are really, really awesome. But yeah, man, this film was man, out of 5 stars, I have to give it a 5. I mean, I have to. It ended perfectly. My boy got Rhonda. I mean, he was wanting her the whole time. She was wanting him, a scientist, reading her seismic readings. That was cool. But that was another intense thing, too, when she said it was 2 more out there because she was already doing the seismic readings. So after they killed the one, she was like, that means there's 2 more out there. And another scene that stood out to me was when Valentine got really mad when he flipped over in the store and he laid that map out and he would start pointing where the Tremors were taking people down.
Force!
Now and they're just looking at him like, okay, this is serious because he's serious. And so that's when everything started. So they all got on their roofs, man. And I will say this: they made the Tremors look good too. The Tremors looked scary.
Yeah, the graphics was awesome, absolutely awesome.
The graphics were awesome, and they made you feel like they were real because it was always an intensity when they came and when they showed up. Like, just think about it. They really made you believe soon as you hit this ground, you're dead. You're going to die. And so it was so cool, man. When they were on those sticks and they were just going from rock to like, I mean, that was really dangerous. And these Tremors are getting smarter and smarter. So they're starting to figure it out. Like when Valentine told Earl not to move, he was like, man, they're not going to trick us this time. They're not doing it this time. And as soon as he took off running, he came right out the ground.
Yep.
So maybe if Earl takes another step, maybe he gets grabbed. I don't know what happens after that.
He got snatched up.
Well, and even with the pipe bomb trick, like it only took one time. And
you're right.
Nope, I ain't falling for that again.
He threw it back up in the air and all.
As soon as I
All of
saw, I
them
was like,
looked
"Oh
up.
my!" I was like, "Oh damn, this
Yeah.
ain't gonna end well."
And it landed on that bag. I was like, oh man, here we go. Now the
Yep.
first one that splattered, man, they had their stuff. It landed on Dylan. I was so happy his
Yeah,
guts and
he
stuff
deserved
landed on
that.
Dylan. Yeah, he did. I could not stand Dylan. I was like, is he gonna die? Like, is he seriously gonna die? Like, because I watched it at work, and so I'm at work and I'm watching like any minute now. I don't care for him. I like Lily better than him. Lily didn't have his attitude, and he was
No.
playing around. And man, the first time when he actually yelled and was scared, he was up in the air just like that guy. The first guy I thought was like an electrician, so I thought he just died doing his job. Until she was like, he won't come down, but that's why he didn't come down. So that would have been me. I guess I would have just died up there on that pole.
I wonder how you got that dang pole that fast though, and that high. Because he was up there.
That's a good question. And could you imagine not having cell phones during that time? You can't alert nobody. There's no way for you to get in contact with anybody.
Like, they could use a cell phone out there anyways. It's in the middle of nowhere.
Right. And you know, that's another thing that I like about this film. Like that's the only place they were at in this film. And they did a good job of capturing that because they didn't have to go anywhere else to make this movie great. That was the scene, that was the setting. Go ahead,
And that's
DJ.
another thing too. Like, for as wide open as the area was, they did a good job of making it feel very claustrophobic. They're outdoors.
That's a good point.
But their area of movement and everything is just kept getting shrunken, like more and more confined.
Wow, that's a pretty good analyzing, DJ. I didn't think about that, especially when was that the first Tremor that ran into the wall and died?
Yeah, that was the first graboid. Not like
he said, "Yeah, cold. Yeah, we got it." And then that's when Rhonda popped up and like, "What's going on here?" And they kind of looked up like, "Oh man." So that was cool. And DJ, that goes back to what you. And that goes back to what did Hannibal Lecter have for breakfast? Kevin Bacon.
I'm done with going to Dick.
Oh man.
Oh my god. So that's a good one.
Oh man. Kevin Bacon. I'll show you my That's cool.
Oh my gosh. I do have a quick question for you, Donald.
Okay.
And only because I know the answer to it. Do you think they are extraterrestrials or are they from Earth? The graboids. What do you stand in that argument? This is your first time seeing the movie.
Oh man. Extraterrestrial?
You said extraterrestrial? Okay.
Yeah, I'll say extraterrestrial. Yeah. That well, when I first saw it, that was my first initial thought. But yeah, I would say extraterrestrial. Definitely extraterrestrial. That's what I would say. But I'll tell you what, they did a really good job of giving those monsters personality. I mean, even though we see them, we know that they're getting smarter. And for one, we know that they can sense you if you're moving. And for three, they stink and smell really, really bad, dead or alive. I can't tell you how many times Kevin was like, man, he was like, they smell worse when they're alive.
Oh goodness, that was
so
funny.
I really had fun with this film, man. I wish they would have done more, like just together, because that was magic, man. And that picture was really cool that they took towards the end when Rhonda was taking the photos of him, and Valentine kind of leaned on his truck, and Earl was just smiling.
Yeah,
that was cool. That was awesome. That was really, really awesome. And even back to what you said, DJ, making this big old open area feel claustrophobic. Because you gotta think, as big as this place is, we only saw 3 vehicles, maybe 4.
Maybe 4 if you don't count the trailer.
Yeah, if you don't count the trailer, plus the one that got what's happening, man? What's up? You done got on the screen now. What?
Yeah, and now he's running away.
Man, where he going?
Downstairs. Oh goodness.
So we had the one vehicle. What they got? The
Wait.
stuck in the gravel.
This one.
This one?
Yeah. Don't snatch my mic.
I'm not running away. I'm getting my charger.
What? Dang, I can't get a hey, man. I said it was.
I know. He was downstairs already. He said, hey. But
Dang.
Said, hello, Jaden.
Hi.
He said hi.
Oh man, I can remember that. That's my youngest boy name, Jaden. Okay, that's cool. But yeah, DJ, this was an awesome film, man. I mean, I enjoyed it. Like, how would you rate this film out of 5 stars, DJ?
I take a fat diarrhea.
I'll give it a 5. It was a lot of fun to watch. Like I said, the practical effects, the fact that they got the big worms and how they did the camera angles and stuff for the models versus, what they were doing with like the life size models and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And just a lot of fun, good character, good cast. So
yeah, the cast was great. Like I said, everybody played their roles. Even the Mexican guy, he was really funny too. I really enjoyed him in the film too. He was really, really awesome. He was like, "I give you $5 for it." I was like, no, 20. All right, 10. Earl was like 15. He's like, ain't no. And then when they killed the big one, they're like, ain't no way he's getting $5 off this one.
Nope, it was Donald's.
It was mine. This is my first time seeing this. By the way, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah,
after I harassed Donald last week.
Well, last week we were talking about Monster Hunter, and I mentioned the fact that the Diablos was burrowing underground. It reminded me of the Tremors, and like how the characters had to get around them and stuff like that. So that's a question for you, Donald. Do you see the similarities, or do you think I was way off?
No, I see the similarities. I'm gonna tell you why. And I did forget that you mentioned that, and that's a really, really good similarity because, for one, if you hit the ground with Diablos and you hit the ground with the Tremor, they're coming. Because if you go back to Monster Hunter, even when she threw that rock out there because she wanted to try to get back to where Milia wanted to try to get back to where she was going, but she threw that rock to make sure it was safe, and he came right up out the ground, and he was kind of peeking and looking. Same thing in this film. Oh, when they ran that tractor by itself, he went after the tractor. So anything that touches this ground is not safe. And you're right, they did burrow under the ground. I mean, it was kind of like the same tactics, And if you're not out of the way, you're not safe. So we'll just say that. But yeah, DJ, that was a really, really good comparison. I actually forgot that you mentioned that, man.
How could you?
Hey, Adrian, out of 5 stars, how would you rate this movie, my brother?
Tremors is one of my favorite movies, honestly. It's one of the movies I can always go back to, like Jurassic Park, The Matrix, this perfect 90s movies that always brings life back. And early 2000s. That always just has that special place in your heart. So that's definitely 5 out of 5 for me.
Yeah, I gave it a 5 as well. And like I say, man, and when I watched this movie, and like I said, I don't like comparing other movies, but I mean, it was so much thought put into a lot of the older films back then than it kind of is now. Because just looking at this film, and you look at all the characters who played in this film, they all did a great job, and they weren't all over the place. You actually felt like you knew them, like you knew Bert. You felt like you knew Rhonda. You definitely felt like you knew Earl and Valentine. Like you just knew they've been brothers for years. They had this perfect relationship, just clowning, joking on each other. Even you feel for the kids in this film, like Lily. I don't care about Dylan.
And the other nice thing too is they did a really good job of making it, that small community. Like everybody knows everybody. They all know each other's quirks, and things like that, which is why it was so easy for each of them to kind of poke at each other.
Right,
So-
right. I'm like a small family reunion every day. Hey, cousin, how you doing? I'm doing good. Like, and it was, and they trusted each other as well. That was the thing. They trusted each other, and had they not trusted each other, they all probably, well, not probably, they would have been gone.
Yeah.
So I think,
definitely.
you know, them being that close, them being around each other all the time, now they're building the bond, they're building trust, and they're in a small community. So, you know, they have food. I did see the older Gatorade bottles in this film too. I caught that. They showed a quick glimpse of it when they were in the store, and I thought that was really, really awesome. And I was like, wow, man. I sat there and thought for a minute, like, Gatorade's come a long way because they sell out the bottle now, and you could buy it different ways in different bottles. So that was really, really cool. But man, this movie was awesome. I have no complaints about this movie. And I, like I said, I'm always big on scenery when I'm watching films, and I just loved how it looked during the daytime and daylight, and even nighttime. Now, nighttime was really spooky when the first family died because, bro, they're burying under the ground. It's nighttime. You can't really see anything. And I hated that they died, but I mean,
Saw those
and that was like the
headlights.
first real. Oh yeah,
Yeah, that was another thing. I actually buried that car.
Yeah,
that was a bad way to go. And actually, Valentine, was it Valentine and Earl when they went out there? They actually stepped on it, and he started wiping it. And I was like, man, there's something out here that's. I mean, that's scary when something can move a car like that. That is scary.
Yeah.
Really, really scary. So I got a 5. DJ, you give it a 5. And Adrian, you gave it a 5. So that's good. And I'm glad you guys told me about this movie. I really am. So now I got to show it to my kids and my wife. Well, my oldest, he'll watch it. He loves monster. He loves monster movies. So he'll definitely check it out. He's gonna love Bert. He's gonna love Bert. I can tell you that right now. He's gonna love. Yeah, he's gonna love Bert. Bert was awesome, man. That rec room was cool. I can see that being you, Adrian, looking out the window. Oh, I don't see nothing. Here comes the monster.
Nope.
And now you're ready.
I was raised differently. If I'm told to get on my roof, I'm getting on my damn roof. I ain't gonna question nothing. All right, give me 2 minutes. I'll be out there.
Hey, Donald, get on the roof. You got it. I'm like, I'll ask questions when I get up there. First of all, why we on the roof? Yep. You know, that's just like, you know, just like our parents. They always tell you, don't go in the store. When you go to the store, don't ask for nothing. Don't ask for nothing. You ain't getting nothing. Close your eyes because we don't want you looking at nothing. So that's just how it go, man. So I'm getting on that roof. And what they were doing to those houses, I mean, it was nothing. What's up, man? Who you think he is, Bert?
Yeah, he thinks he's great.
What's that, a Nerf gun?
Yes.
Yeah.
Really? Go away.
Adrian, but was missing from the stream. I'll say, man, what Donald, what happened? I'll say, I don't know. Oh man.
I swear to God.
Oh man, Adrian, I'm glad you could join us, man. Thank you so much for joining. We always love when you're here.
Had to
get your thoughts, and for some reason, man, I'm not gonna say for some reason because I really love you and DJ, but I love when y'all break down movies. I love getting y'all perspectives because it's brilliant. It's brilliant and unique, man. And I know I'm gonna get a good laugh. So it's always good seeing you, man. It's always good. Well, actually, it's always good seeing both of y'all. But I'm really, really glad that you could be here tonight. Is there anything that you would like to say to the guests before we close?
Check our next show on September 24th. That 70s show where we talk about all the 70s Godzilla movies.
Ooh, yeah, I got some favorites in there, man. That Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla 1974, man. That's awesome. I'll be checking that out.
I'll be watching. Show. And we're gonna and before I forget, we're gonna start an hour earlier too because we can all talk about the 70s probably all day if we wanted to. So we're gonna start at 6 instead of 6 Central Time instead of 7 Central Time.
Dude,
Thanks.
I will be in the chat. And if you do have Facebook, you guys get a chance to swing over and go and join the Kaiju Collectors page, man. That is an awesome page. You're looking at them right here, Adrian, known as Godzilla Train, man. Great, great guys in this group. Eric, man, Thomas, Ben, so many of them. I don't know all their names. Aaron. So I got good memory. So yeah, they have a awesome group, man, and I mean they have themes of the weeks. They talk about their favorite movies. I don't really try to look at their collectibles because it makes me want to spend money that I don't have.
But don't look behind
but yeah, see that. But they do have some awesome collectibles, and you also can get the latest news from them. So they're up to date on a lot of the latest kaiju news. And there you have it, Kaiju Collectors. And if you don't go and check out Kaiju Collectors, I guess we won't be checking you out either. So, but Adrian, it was a pleasure and honor having you on. DJ, anything you want to say, man, before we check out for tonight?
Always great talking with you, Adrian. Always enjoyable.
You too, DJ.
So,
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed.
Tonight's chat was a lot of fun, like always. So glad we got to talk about a good classic movie and introduce Donald to something new. So, which is always fun.
I appreciate it, my brothers. It was really, really good. Nick, I'm not gonna forget to react to your trailer. I got you. Nick was screaming at me, so I don't want to get in trouble.
So, I hear that whip coming out.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna definitely get on that. Everybody who was in the comment section, who watched us today, we greatly appreciate it. And that brings us to next week, the announcement that I wanted to make. So next week will actually be our 50th show.
Ooh,
so I did. Thank you. So we did promise a giveaway, and we pushed it back because everybody had things going on. So we're just now coming around to our 50th show. So we will be making a post, and we'll be passing that around and sharing it. Adrian, of course, I'll share it with the Kaiju Collectors, and it's going to be like a big old drawing. So we'll have some topics that we'll come up with before we do the drawing, and to see who wins an exciting Kaiju gift. So that's what we'll be doing. We'll be doing our Kaiju giveaway for our 50th show. And Alex, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for always joining, man. It's always a pleasure having you on. So Adrian, you might be the winner, man. You know, we can't. Thomas don't need to win. Thomas don't need nothing else.
Nah,
he don't need nothing. Thomas don't need nothing else. Nothing else. So so we. I mean, I'm like, dang, dude, he's got everything. That's why I can't watch their collectibles because it's always an unboxing. I get notifications at work. I get notifications when I'm asleep. I get notifications. I'm like, man, they be on it, man. But that is my favorite group for sure. So everybody who watches,
speaking of
man,
unboxings, I have one coming tomorrow.
See what I told you. See, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey,
then
to be fair though, to be fair, I've been good this past month, but yeah, I have one coming tomorrow.
See, I'll be there, so I'll be checking it out, man. I can't wait to see what it is, and I'll be there to support your brother like always, man. And so everybody, man, we love you guys. Adrian, you the man. You came through tonight, brother. We appreciate it.
No problem.
DJ,
have a great night, Kaiju family.
You have a blessed night, man. The Sci-Fi Nerds is logging out. Peace.